What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Music, music made by Marlboro, Dirty Low, type beats. Welcome to the Raiders Outsider Show. This is Gravy doing a show for Low. He deserves a vacation. You know what I'm saying? So he just wanted to chill for a little bit and see how everything was going on. So probably watch the game and stuff. How is everybody doing today? Again, this is the Raider Eight Outsider Show. Sub to Gravy Outsiders at Raider Outsiders, and then pull my weight up in this YouTube game. This is all new to me, and I'm just getting started. So help me out a little bit and let me know what I'm doing and stuff. But first, let's see what's up with the Holler Squad and see what's going down, and then we can get to uh, the topics at hand. Arkham, what's up, man? Michael Breezy, thanks for showing up, bro. Ray Love, what's up? Thank you for being here. Dark, what's up, bro? We got Dark Ray Love, everybody talent. Pizzle, what's up, man? Did I hit you that link, Pizzle? I will, though. Or you can get a hold of Dark and he'll give it to you. Dark's a moderator. Junior Jacobo, what's up, man? Thank you for coming on with me tonight. Omar, my number one trade partner, what's up, bro? The Sun God did all right for me, bro, but I don't know about, hey, Gibbs did too. We the fantasy, we the fantasy gurus, and we like to talk about that stuff. Mike Guerrero, the main G out of the Triple G squad, he's in the COD mob. Sounds like he runs that stuff, so uh, I ain't into that, but he is the real Hollywood of the COD squad. Laura Rashidas, man, thanks for coming out here, man. I appreciate it. Now check this out. What a game this evening that I just watched. How many of y'all feel? How many of y'all feel that Kansas City is not the same team? And I'm not this always just one game guy. It's just one game. It's one game. No, it's a game that you should be ready for. You know, all of us know that I've coached ball, and you got to be ready the first game. You can't play that. And I think that playing Detroit went in with the perfect game plan. And it's something that we do. It's something that we do. As you know, Detroit, good prime time running game. Montgomery, Gibbs, kept going, kept moving. Third down, boom, first down. Out physical the Kansas City Chiefs, and you'll beat them. Now, I know the game was 21-20, and pretty much looked like to me that Kansas City had one series that it was good. Detroit also got that pick six. That's something we got to work on. That's something that we have to do to win this division. And I think it can happen, folks. I think that this is gonna, Andy Reid has been fired because his teams aren't physical. And then they just look soft. Their defense is a lot of young guys. You can take advantage of them, and they just look. I don't want to say like it's the first game because you should be together. There's no excuse for that. You're coming off a Super Bowl out of all people, and you at home. You got all this rah rah right behind you. Now you guys tell me if it was a okay loss or whatever. I'm not gonna say they look like shit because Mahomes makes some good throws. The series that he got that second touchdown on where they went on 3rd and 25 and got that 35 yarders. I watched that stuff, but I just kept seeing Detroit just moving that defensive line. They got in there a little bit and got Goff, but Goff ain't that mobile. Alfredo, what's up, man? Thank you for coming through. Much love, bro. Much love. And when they kept just going and going and pounding the ball at them, that's the way you get them, man. I've been saying that, and the running game needs to be on point, and we got Jacobs to do that. We got the best to do that. I question the backups, but as soon as you start getting moving the piles and getting confidence and getting that offensive line confident, and it's always a big game when the Raiders play Kansas City Chiefs. I know, but losing at home, you just won the Super Bowl. You just got a banner dropped, and then you go out and lay a loss. Tell me if that's not good. Tell me if that's not a good thing to happen to you. Now I'll take all your questions, and then I'll see what's going on because I could talk about this game. I got some things about the Raider Denver game that I heard today that I have questions about and questions that I wanted to ask you guys, to see what was up. But if I forget you in the chat, my vision ain't all there, and this thing kind of going a little fast, so I'll make sure I gotta get to people. Red Band, thank you. What's up, Ben Third? Thank you for being on the show. Uh, I think I sent this thing to you. But anyways, I figured you was laying down, man, to get ready to make your money. So um, I didn't want to interrupt that. But thank you for being here, man. You supported me all the time, and I thank you for that, man. I support you also. Let's see a good comment here. Raider Band got a comment. I think I know what he's gonna say. 1-0 going to have a great night, nation. Yeah, we have the opportunity. We talked about that. We talked about, maybe this one, weekend that we could leave after Monday night 1-0 in the division, the only team that won a game because all the games are tough. Our game is tough too, but the Chiefs got a pretty good game going, and then both of us in Denver, we'll see who wins out of that one. But this makes me more excited to to uh, to to see how everything is gonna pan out. Raider Nation, Jason, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate that, man. And I wanna give note to this is Dirty Lowe's uh uh project on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. I'm usually his co-host, and he does a great job. He deserves to relax and chill and see how many times I mess up. So I'm sure he'll tell me about it. But hit the like button, subscribe to Raiders Outsiders, subscribe to Dirty Low, and pass it around and say, hey, we're kicking some major game in this, and promote our channels as well as everybody else. So if you can do that for us, then we'll do you the favor and talk about our wins and losses and give you knowledge about some some good some good honest knowledge. You know, I don't read no papers. Low ain't reading no papers. And usually that people that we have guests on here, we ain't paper readers. So it's coming straight from here, our Raider love and how we feel about this team. And we don't change our minds. It takes you in the chat to do that, or the guests that we bring on to question what we say. And I'm willing to do that with you and the people that we have here. So let's check it out. Michael Guerrero again. Can't tell that dude enough. He likes to hear that. So Michael Guerrero, much to you, bro. Can't wait to give you a hug, man, if any chance. And I know you repping that Raiders over there in Denver. Let's get Mike going. Let's give him a shove out the door to go out there and bang that Raider black and silver, and go out there in the neighborhood and say what's up. Let's put some octane. Put some good vibes in Mike's body. He can just yell out Raiders after we get that victory. Arkham had a question. Gravy, do you think that the Queefs? I mean, yeah, he said Queefs trade for Mike Williams. You know, Tony, Tony looks bad. I expected more from Sky Moore. Um, they're just all over the place to me, but I wouldn't be surprised, Arkham. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of teams out there that'll do that. Mike Williams is a pretty good in my book, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of teams out there that try to snatch him up, and one of them being the Chiefs. They can't recover from what they had from Tyreek. Anthony Estrada, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on. He had a question. Yo, great night. NFL kickoff win. Sunday, get ourselves in first place already because Queens lost. Yes. I'll be happy with that 1-0 start, man. It's important, and it just you can't sit there and just say, hey, look, it's all right if we lose this game. It's early, and now last year the Chiefs started off not so hot, but I was so happy when Mahomes he threw the first pick six of the season in the first game. That was lovely. My dogs even started barking because I was yelling yes. So, man, it was noisy in the living room, and I dug that big time. I bet that's what took Denver. That's what made them motivated. Say, hey, man, we could get this team because the Chiefs started dominating. Denver started not playing that well, and they just kept they just kept. Okay, all right, Doc, I hear you. I don't want to label Omar gets on here. I left his ass out here for 30 minutes in the thing. So, but the link is in the chat. I could say that because the dark is my mind. I was cool with that. I was gonna do that anyways. Now we know, and I don't want to stand on a soapbox and talk about this Kansas City team, but we we know how much Kelsey means to this team. Their tight ends did a pretty damn good job too. They got some touchdowns. They got young dudes. It looks like they can afford to let Kelsey get a little bit, that hyperextension or whatever they say it is. Usually they downgrade it, but it might be something worse. He might be able to take another week off, but they're going to lose the game. Schedule is, I don't know what type of condition he's going to be in with his knee, but if you got Kelsey in fantasy league, he didn't do nothing for you. What type of condition he's going to be in? My boy Arkham got the beard oil, man. When I see you, man, I'm gonna bring you a box. I'm gonna get Gabe a box, his family a box, and then we're gonna see what's happening with that. Cool Kev, my man, what's up? 2 beers for you. I hope you was watching the game or you at work. I know you in the East, and it might be a little bit late for you, but I know you probably at work or something or you sleeping. But I'm glad to see you here on my show, man. It's a blessing to see all you guys. Now, on the Raiders, I want to see, I want to know what your guys' opinion of any guests that get on my panel is that I was thinking of the groupings that we have, and I was listening to a great show earlier today with SC and Twan, and I wanted to elaborate with that kind of. Cash Lord, what's up? Where you been at in the morning, man? You don't wait for me no more. I'm there early. You know that. You got to get at me. Um, the position groups against each other. You know, does our defensive line, in your eyes, can it is it better now or can it beat the offensive line of Denver? Or are the receivers better than our corners? It didn't look like it today. Or our running backs against the linebackers, and usually that's a heads up competition. They group the running backs with the linebackers. Uh, I didn't see. I seen the linebackers do a little bit of good things for them, but I don't want to say they're a mess. But you guys tell me, did they look messy? Did they look unchief like? And again, I don't want to hear this. It's just one game shit because that's not the way it is. CG Ruthless, what's up, man? Thank you for being on my show. That's a 49er fan, bro, and he subbed to a lot of us Raider content creators, and that's what's up, man. That's what's up. But if you guys think that the groupings, what do you think? Like for instance, if I say who has the who has a better quarterback from Denver and the Raiders? Do we think that Garoppolo is a little bit better than the way Wilson is now, or is he better on this team now, or something like that? J Dub 209, what's up? Tubby, what's up? And I wanna know how you guys think the groupings are gonna be like. And you can come out the blue and just talk about DBs, or you can talk about, wide receivers, or you can talk about the defensive line and their offensive line, or our offensive line and their defensive line, their pass rushers against our tackles, situations like that. Reddy Romero, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I dig that. So, what you guys think? Cool Kev says Jimmy Garoppolo has the edge on Russell Wilson right now. How many of you guys agree with that? I do. That's the best thing Cool Kev said since. But I think if there's a reason why I think so is because we're looking we're looking at the way Wilson played last year, but look at the way Wilson played in the preseason. It was terrible, even terrible. And when Garoppolo played that one series, he scored a touchdown, and he was banging it, boom, 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 like that. So I think that Garoppolo has that upper hand, and so I'm comes to the Sean Payton. I think that's one of the reasons why he probably went over there. He probably thinks he could change somebody. Actually, he did something with Romo, and Romo was garbage, but he still was garbage. But the one thing about that dude is that he got you places in weird times. You know, there was one in here that said we got the receiver room. Sean Johnson, the man that knows everything, he probably pulled that up. I think our receiver room beats them. They got a lot of injuries over there, and even if even without the injuries, I think our receiver room, and I think with Wilkerson, with Trey, and everybody else, I think that we top them off big time on that. But that's the second one in my book that most dominant spot because we're dominant over there, DB. Well, our receiver group is better than their receiver group, but I want to see how are we against their DB. No matter what the coverage is, can they get us one on one? I don't think so. People are ratting and raving about the Surtain. His dad was balling from the get go. And then the way he got schooled by Da, and there's not really no one in this division. I don't know how we did against the Chargers wide receivers because they get hurt, they fall down, on the floor by themselves, and they just get hurt. But I think that I think that if we go one on one with their DBs, that our receivers will school them. Actually, with Renfro, with Hooper, with Mayer, and I think we're gonna see a lot of Mayer, but that's another grouping that I'm gonna talk about. Just the three that we got in the wide receiver position, we work the Denver Broncos, and I don't know, but they could beat us. The only way of capping on that is getting because you could get coverage and get help with your safeties, but how good are those safeties? They got all pro safety back there. They got a veteran back there. Do they think that because Sean Payton, that's not Sean Payton's specialty. He probably knows a lot about defense, but his main thing is getting Russell Wilson back in order and installing his offense and trying to put that in because it was different than Hackett's. If you don't like an offense, it's easy to forget it. So it's gonna be and they learned it quick, I bet. But if all case matters, I think they're gonna try to go up there and try to run the ball against us. Now if that happens, all eyes on Jay. What's up, man? My Fresno partner. What's up? I got you guys got a couple. We got bro, the refs are letting the Chiefs right tackle get away with the early start. I just some bullshit. I like that kid Hutchinson from Detroit. That dude's a monster. He lines up inside, he lines up outside, and he just dominate. He dominated that offensive line, and then I think that we could do that too. You know, ending that I haven't seen our team yet, but and then we're gonna game plan. You know, they're gonna game plan for us, and every game's different. But this is a bad loss for Kansas City, and we're not gonna hear about it because to me, Kansas Cityans are the darlings of the NFL, and they get away with a lot of shit as far as media is concerned, as far as refs are concerned, field of play is concerned. They turn their head when Russell Wilson is this close. You know, it's an iffy call if he because he runs around so much, and he and, and he'll be basically a foot over the line of scrimmage when he throws footballs. You guys should check that out because I see it all the time. He's close or ahead of the line of scrimmage. So if you think that Garoppolo, if that would Garoppolo could do that stuff, it ain't gonna happen. That's gonna be a big penalty against us. But that's what happens when you got a good old boy team, good old boy coach, good old boy owner, good old boy fan base. But the Raiders, they get the shit end of the stick from stuff that happened 30, 40 years ago, or stuff that Ruggs did, stuff that Gruden did, or stuff that other people did in the past that makes us that makes our teams progress in the way that we want them to. And that's just me talking. And if anybody else thinks the same way, you give me a holler because that's the way I feel. Because this is bullshit. You know, you can't let what up, Dirty. The link is in the chat, man. If you want to talk about this game we watched today, and the type of situations that we're gonna be in when uh when we play these dudes, and if you think the way that I do about you got to be ready game one, and please come up if you get a chance. You too, Guerrero, get up here. Oh, you at work? Diminished salute. Who else did I see in here that I didn't say what's up? Yeah, but I enjoyed it, man. I thank you guys for dealing with me and talking about this because I seen so much bullshit on the field today that and it wasn't playing. It was just let happen, you know. But what I mean by the good old boy is like, hey, okay, you just won the Super Bowl. We're gonna give you some things, but they can't call. a pick six back because of a penalty. Because that's just a fuck up. But dude, the guy's past the line of scrimmage when he throws footballs, and I see it. Everybody can see it, but no one says nothing. So it's us. Shit, we get the penalty. I know for a fact it would be. But you know what happened today? They got punched in their fucking mouth to where the ref said, "Hey, if you can't back that up, then it's gonna happen." So that's the epitome that McDaniels wants to do with his team. McDaniels wants to get physical. He's bringing physical, smart, and aggressive. Because you could be aggressive and be smart, but just at the edge, this much of a penalty, you're that much, and maybe we might not get away with that. But you're right there getting ready to get a penalty, and they let go. That's what Detroit did to these dudes today. Borderline roughing the passer, borderline pass interference, borderline grabbing, hitting on the head, borderline. They roughed them up, man. And then they look like bitches now. They're in the locker room probably saying, well, what happened? They didn't know what that happened. Tell your friends that. Their fans are probably out there saying, well, it's one game and this and that. Well, bullshit. That's what we do. That's what we used to be doing. And now we're gonna stop. It's gonna stop Sunday. Sunday, that bullshit. It's only one game. It's gonna stop. If I hear anybody say it's only one game on Low Channel or my channel, anyone else's channel, I'm gonna tell them bullshit. And you guys should too, because that's not the way football's played. Football is played the way Detroit played the Chiefs today. Smart, aggressive, not a lot of penalties. Gave up a little bit because the dude is the best quarterback in the league. I'll give him credit for that. But they're a mess when they lose their main dude. They're a mess. Defensively, I didn't see no Super Bowl. I didn't see that. And they might have 16 more games to go. But right now, Detroit way better than them to me. I think the Cincinnati is better than they are. Miami is better than they are. But we'll find out Sunday. Because you got to agree with me. You guys have to agree with me that just because the season starts, it doesn't mean that you could just kick back and lose a couple of games and say, well, it's all right. We'll come back at the end and win the Super Bowl. You get used to that shit. Yeah. It sounds like an excuse later, you know? And then my boy Cash Lord, that's right, man. The coach, you got two balls right there just saying, hey, you know what, we're gonna go for it on fourth down. And I guarantee you this, Cash Lord, that wasn't a submission to defeat because he did that. It wasn't say he go, man, he just said, hey, I'm gonna fake punt your ass because you can't stop us. But the next drive they did. They got a sack, couple of incompletions, and that's golf. Golf is not a superior quarterback when time matters. I think, and but they won the game, bro. Ain't no one could say that the team won the game. That was a great, good team win for Detroit. I dig it. And Kansas City got smashed in the mouth. And if you're watching a different game, then tell me about it because I think that's the way you have to beat Kansas City because you just can't go in the locker room and say, "Okay, we're going to be a tougher team." Nah, man, you are what you are. You could probably might have a couple of dudes saying, uh, if you want to put the link back in there, Dart, I think Dirty wants to get in. You guys having some problems with the link? Just bear with me for a second, then we'll see what's going on. There you go, Dirty. Hit that. You can get on it. I sent it to them. So me and Dark sent it back to back. Cool, Kev. You're right, bro. You're right. And I'm not saying that Dan Campbell is the best coach ever, and that he's gonna take this team to the promised land. Nah, he improved his team big time. But that's that's what you get, like Cash Lord. Cash Lord, Cash Lord is is getting on there. That Detroit has been so bad that um they've had a lot of number one picks. They've had a lot of picks, and they picked often high. And so you better have some good players on your football team for the last 5-10 years that you've you picked that high that you can. And they made mistakes in the draft, but I think that as soon as that Campbell got there, that he's going to be moving that team in the right direction. He's a rough dude. He was a tight end. He knows what it's like. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, Dirty. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try to get people. That's why probably nobody coming up. This link right here don't work. The show ended. I didn't end the show. Is it the same numbers? The WADIK one? Is that what it is? Raider Pete, what's up? I'm out, bro. Who else is anybody else trying to get on? The one I just did, Dark, is working. Okay, I'm sorry, people. We're having a little StreamYard sometimes messes up, and it's tough. Okay, try that Dirty in the chat. It's in the chat. The last one I did in the chat. You better charge your phone, Cash Lord. I'll wait. Your phone wouldn't be 4% of on the show, huh? But mine, when I'm on here, you do it like that. I don't have that, but again, what? You're right, Cool Kid. Did you actually? And people in California know what Pappy's is. Cool Kev is from back east, and he doesn't know what Pappy's seasoning is for me. So, Cool Kev, did you ever get it? Did you ever get it mailed to you, or look at the business? I want to know. Yeah, that might be the problem. So then, what do I do? Just go solo dolo? But Dark saying it works for him. Dark, try to use that. Get on here real quick and see if it does work. I'll look at you on backstage. If you don't want to come on, that's fine with me. But if you want to, Pizzle said it's not working either. Well, then what do I do? Just end the show or just rant? You guys want to hear me just rant for a little bit? What time you getting on, Dirty? I didn't see that. I didn't see that you were getting on at any time. I haven't checked my phone in a minute. So, but I'm telling everybody else, I'm sorry that you can't get in. Um, the link was there. I hit it. I hit it, and I got through. But maybe StreamYard is tripping, Pizzle. So if you want to keep trying it, maybe I might let you in. Cool Cab, pop on here with you. You don't have to. No, you at work. You want me to rant till a dirty show starts? Okay. What you want me to rant around, D minutes? What you want to know? It says it ended. Well, my show's not ended, bro. So it says I haven't ended the stream. So I don't know what's up. Okay. Next time. But yeah, it probably malfunctioned the StreamYard with all the Chiefs fans leaving comments. Oh, it's only one win. It's only one loss. You know what I mean? That might be it. They're flooding. They're flooding the StreamYard database because because they got beat. At any rate, that was the question that I was asking was what do we think about our our defensive line play this evening and going forward to Sunday? What are our expectations? And give me if you think what are our problems going to be? Because we got 10 defensive linemen. There's not a lot of teams that carry. There's not a lot of teams that carried um, 10 defensive linemen. Some do. I know Philly probably does, but that was why Philly was successful. But The names that Philly had were good names, but Nagamagan Sue really didn't, wasn't him. So he could be a good name, but and he could be decorated, but I don't think that if if you got a solid young guy that can make a name for himself during a game or something like that. I think that this is gonna be Malcolm Kuntz's game to take over, and we won't even hear the name Chandler Jones anymore. One of those two, either Tyree Wilson or Malcolm Kuntz. And how many of you guys are with that? Who on this chat is really worried about if Chandler plays on Sunday? Robert Pena, what's up? If you boil it down, to me, I think that it's gonna take a drastic come up for Chandler Jones to even smell a football field this way because he has something else to worry about. And I'm hearing more and more things about it, and it's something that he should keep to himself, and he should worry about himself. But as far as football is concerned, I always wanted to see Coons play, and I'm excited about this Wilson kid. I'm not taking what he did that game and saying, but there's a reason why he got picked at number 7. It's not a Cleveland Farrell type pick because the guys that picked the guys that picked. I understand. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for doing. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get in the show, so I'll keep it to about an hour. I'll rant for an hour, bro, and then we'll see how it goes. With the questions or whatever. I don't want to step on dirty toes. I didn't know he was having a show at 10, so um, usually usually Low has his hour shows. It might go a little bit over, but we're right on schedule. So I'll keep it the way he would. If other people could be able to come on, then it could last. To hear the show, but I didn't know that he was having a show at 10. So, but thank you for checking for that, man. I really appreciate it. Alpha Kasi, what's up, man? Your vacation, brother? What you doing up in here? You should be enjoying the niceties over there, bro. So, I would say, what is it? The morning time, early morning, late night. I don't know where you're at, but have a good time. Be safe getting home. Enjoy yourself. You deserve it, and I hope you're doing good. But again, I'm really excited, and it's about time that Kuntz has an opportunity to shine. And if we have to put Chandler Jones on the bench, then let's do it. If we got to eat money to make this team better, then sit him on the bench. To me, as a fan, I'm not really worried about money. That's I don't know, but it's I don't really it's mind boggling to me why people worry that we're under the cap or we're over the cap and this is dead money or whatever because it doesn't affect you. Yeah, I think that we get the best players we can get. And who says that? Is Josh McDaniel says that. Ziegler says that. And we keep guys around like Kuntz and Amik Robertson. And people people say that Amik Robertson doesn't deserve to be on this team. I go, you bullshit, man. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy to not have Amik on this team. And I was that way with Pal Mal, but then I see where he fits. I see that he could come in and tackle. He's a big guy. And I see where he can maybe uh, get in there and be in the box for certain situations. And he's a physical guy. I see uh, the physicality that we have as a team, as a defense, is way better than we had last year. We got tough on that defense. If you really look at them, and you look at these guys that are starting for our defense and their backups, you're gonna look and you read their bios. You go one by one through their bios. It's gonna say he has the knack to do this. He has the knack to do that. And that's the type of people you want to keep hanging around. Those are the guys that do the little things, the tackles behind the line of scrimmage where he's at, the game tackling. He's always he's always there to help out on a tackle. That's an assisted tackle. And that's important. That's very important. That's why you can get a half a sack. You could be in there for a half a sack, or you can't get a half a pick, but you could be involved in it and to cover your man and let one of them guys roam and get a pick. I expect a lot for this defense. I think we talked about the defense moving up or moving down or whatever. And there's some people, my boy Maine doesn't think that we did any upgrades, and he kept it in the middle because we're so young that these guys could blossom. And maybe we might hear Maine say, you know, that's a damn good defense. Just moving up from 28 to whatever, because we don't get no credit for what the dudes we got this year and then who we had stick around, because 30th by ESPN to be the 30th defense when everything's over. How could you say that shit? How could you say that? They had Kansas City losing 3 games, 4 games. They're just one down already. So you got to know that they're going to be wrong. And with this division the way it is now, shit, they can lose a couple of games if they play the way they did against Detroit, because they're at home, had a crowd, but the best quarterback in the league. But they're missing one thing: the tight end. That cannot matter between wins and losses. Cannot. Just your tight end. They won the Super Bowl with a plethora of receivers, of healthy receivers. They were dropping balls on Kansas City like. So they're just normal Joes now. They're gonna gene and catch them, but the stuff, what takes them over the edge on is that they get major, major calls that are penalties, real bad penalties, passing, passing in front of the line of scrimmage. That's a big 15-yard penalty. You know, they got to watch that, because they cannot get away with that. They cannot let Kansas City get. I just looked at it today. Just imagine how many times it's been happening. And I'm surprised that they didn't get not one call, because he did it maybe 2, 3 times. That's 45 freaking yards, 50 yards that he would have brought his team in behind. Instead of getting a third down and two, he completed the passing. That's bullshit to me. And I know what's gonna happen when they play against us. I know it is, especially when we're there. We don't even get those calls when we're at home. But If we throw their ass around and we punch them in the fucking nose, and we can handle those penalties that we get, just like that, just real close to where it's a penalty. Smart and aggressive football, but that can be deadly if you do it and you do it way and smart. You're gonna get away with it, and that's the way Detroit showed the way to out physical. Basically, the blueprint on how to beat Kansas City is to be physical because none of their teams Kansas City has ever had in the last decade have been tough. None of them. None of them's been tough. You might see Mahomes go out there and limp around and shit and have a twisted up ankle and play the next week and all he's a tough guy, this and this, be all over ESPN and doing this and that, whatever. We got guys with broken shoulders. We got guys with clubs on their hands and playing cornerback and and concussions coming the next day. And nobody says shit about any other players that's tough like that. But just because it's Kansas City, they get so much credit if they ease through their division. It ain't gonna happen this year. I don't think it is because that was the blueprint right there on how to beat that team at home, away, and to shut that freaking stadium up for once. They went over there and pissed all over them people that were in that stadium, and that's what we're gonna do late in the season when we. And how many of you agree with me on that? Just piss all over 'em. Golden showers all over Kansas City. Fuck the restroom. Just piss in the stadium. That's what I would. I don't know if I said what's up to Reddy Romero. What's up, man? Yeah, everybody looks like they seen the same thing. Shit, forgive me, Pena, that urinating in public area, that ain't that bad, man. I think it's like $200 fine, man. You got that. What my boy Omar say? Yeah, I believe that. But he's hurt, bro. You still gotta play. You still gotta play. And them tight ends they did all right. They got a touchdown. One of them got a touchdown. I don't even know his name. And then there was a couple of catches on some other ones, a couple of big drops on others. Kelsey drops the ball sometimes, But I think that the way they played defense and the way they toughed up and the way they were smacking, all the time Mahomes was running around, he wasn't in the pocket. He wasn't in the pocket. He was moving around doing this sidearm shit. And then what happened? Pick six, bro. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. We bring the pressure. That Hutchinson guy's a monster. He's gonna be Crosby like to and the he's just a baby, and he's gonna be that type guy to where he put it on. He was in Mahomes' face all day. That tackle and their offensive line is suspect at best. Their offensive line played like shit. What was the running game, man? What was the running game, man? They need to step up that next week. They need to do something next week. But they got 10 days to get ready. I wonder who they play. I wonder who they play next week. And then we'll see if that other team gets physical. But you have your teams that are finesse teams. That's what they call them, a finesse type team. That's what Kansas City is. You know, you get when Andy Reid was in Philly, you know, that's a rough, tough city. That city's a blue collar city. The people out there spend their money, hard work money, and pack that stadium out. He took it to he took it to softies, and they ran his ass out. He's been fired before. I think twice. So it can happen to anybody, even the best. Is it Kansas City playing this way? Because, you know, I used to around when Eric Bieniemy was in college and when Eric Bieniemy played for the NFL. He was a tough sucker. He was a tough motherfucker. He ran hard. So maybe that physicality is gonna be at Washington, and it got taken out preach wise out of coaching in Kansas City. Because what was their running game? I didn't see it. You know, what was Pacheco at? How many yards Pacheco had? I think he's sad. And this is dudes that I'm looking at. I'm looking at McKenna and Pacheco to make moves in my fantasy league. Nah, I ain't gonna do all that more. But it's only one game, right? That's bullshit. Don't ever say that. Did anybody say who can? I'm not expecting you to know their schedule. Yeah, cool kid. When he was with the Bengals, bro, he was a smash mouth, blow you up type shit. Oh my god, he used to bang people around. He was badass at college too, and I believe it was wasn't it? Wasn't he a Michigan kid? I know, but he gets touchdowns and he's good for fantasy. You know, and Pacheco was the man in the Super Bowl. So I know I might be talking shit, but if you guys agree with me with the you need to be ready game one. Game one matters. If you go through life saying, "Oh, I got 5 tries to do something," it's okay if you let one go. You know, that's just a sorry ass, whole shit to me. The player ain't gonna tell me that. Oh, what makes you think you don't have that attitude in a big game? You can't just turn it up. You know, people say you could just turn it up like that, hit the light switch, and we start balling. Kansas City ain't like that no more. You know, they got beat up today. That's what we need to do, and that's what we got the guys to do that. We beat you up inside. Bilal Nichols needs to beat your ass up. You know, Tillery gonna beat your ass up. I know Cooch is a mean sucker, and we got to get Tyree Williams out. We don't even know the dude. You know that it, it's something like Arkham. Game one sets a tone. You know it matters, bro. You know it matters. It has to. There you go, all lives. The stat man. He came up. Pacheco had 8 carries and 23 yards. What's that? 4 points in fantasy. And I was looking. He's starting on a bunch of people's teams. I wish I was playing y'all, but I'll give it up to my boy Omar that said Montgomery was going to ball out. He did, but I like Gibbs. Gibbs is coming. He ran very well. He banged. He takes hits. He got good speed. Runs with a high knee. It's not because I got him in fantasy. I like him. I like the way he runs. And Omar can't complain about that shit. Or give me Montgomery too. and then we could. I'll drop down on Give, but if you guys love fantasy, me and my boy Omar, my boy Cash Lord, we got a very it looks like it's gonna be a competitive league, and I don't know who came out on top this game. I haven't checked yet, but I know that Omar had Montgomery, Auntie Six had Mahomes, and really nobody did anything else except for Gibbs. So um, I like that. I like Gibbs too. Arkham, he's fast. I traded for him. I traded ATN for him with Omar, and I just, I just, I just think that he's gonna ball out. That's a 1-2 punch right there. That if it's a 1-2 punch, or if they get rid of Montgomery, but Montgomery, it looks like he fits there good. He fits there better than he did in Chicago. So that's my thing. But see that where I'm getting at is that if you do fantasy, and if you guys get into it, you start realizing other teams. You start realizing how other teams play, other players, and what they do. You concentrate on those players, and it's a good thing, man. It don't just have to be all focused on Raiders. It does because I love my team. I'm gonna ride and die with my squad. But when you when you play fantasy, you tend to see things in a whole different way, football in a whole different way, if you understand what I mean. And me and Omar get on phone conversations that are last an hour, 45 minutes, just talking about this dude's gonna be tight, this guy's gonna be tight, you know, and it was great. It's great to talk to them guys about it. He didn't rob me because I got one of his best receivers too, Kev. I got London. What'd you get? What'd you get on my DJ Moore? Yeah, London's a better one. I wanted Olave, but he was stingy with Olave. He has Carter throw to him. So that's a I wouldn't look forward to that. If I was Michael Thompson and Olave, I'd be trying to get out of there. Tell you the truth. If I was Kamara, I'd try to get out of it. I think Kamara would be a great Raider. I think he would be a great Raider, even about his age. I'll be like a Kenyon Drake type. I you never know. But I'm gonna end this, folks. I'm sorry I didn't bring any extra way. Um, I'm pretty sure that when I got in, the link was working. I'll check and see what happened. Um, Maybe next time that you know it'll be successful for us to have some different opinions on what I was saying. But I want to thank everybody for being in my chat. I salute you all. I just salute the Holler Squad, and also everybody that subs to Dirty Low. He gave me this opportunity to do his show, so he has he deserves a little break to rest up, and I know he's watching, so he'll probably call me and said I suck, but give him something for that. At least I did it. But my plan is to have a show tomorrow. Mike G makes me feel bad about myself because he says I need to be consistent, but he I just hope that Mike G can get on my show and talk like he did before. And Cash Lord, I'll see you in the morning, bro. Raider Pete, thank you everybody. Peace out. We out of here.